Hey guys, it's Sky. I'm really happy that you are here connecting with me today because I have a lot to talk about. Yes, I have been having magnificent connections with the light beings, and they have uh, kind of gotten a little bit further into detail about the shift and what's going to happen and different things that we would like to be aware of, they would like us to be aware of, and uh, a whole bunch of things that which is kind of like randomly been talking to and connecting about. So when I said to do this, I said that I didn't want to do any order. I just wanted to just kind of talk and have it kind of conversational, and wherever it went, that people would understand and that people would be called to the video, the right people that were supposed to connect to the video. So, that being said, I just want to get started about the shift and what is happening. And first of all, I told you in my quite a few videos, I've explained to you that now that there is going to be a change on planet Earth. I'm going to recap, and they're just going to, like I said, I haven't planned this. I haven't planned nothing. They just want to talk to you. So I need them to talk to you because these extraterrestrial beings have messages for you. So our planet, as I explained before, these darker forces have they have come in and they have taken over our planet a long time ago, and we are in the process of having this whole dark cabal removed from the planet, and this removal of things has been taken. This event that we're leaning up to, actually we're getting a lot closer to it, because they told me that if you heard me explaining in their videos, it's not time. They don't do time. They do per event. And there's no such thing as time either. We're on, the linear concept is not what we're doing. It's per event. And a couple events did happen that gave them a warning sign, and a call that it's time to step things up. And I know that one of them was getting to have the see, when you do everything in sync, like even like things like Obamacare, the healthcare, and I know that's like people need healthcare, of course. Really, your healthcare is from God. That is your healthcare. People want you to believe on your government. They want you. They put diseases in the air, chemtrails in the air, because they want you to depend on your government so they can pay for you, and so that you can be sick, and you can depend on them, and your dependency needs to be on creation and God and the higher self, because there's going to be a lot more opening to the channels of the DNA higher self that we are connected to. And that's why there's going to be a shift that's happening too, because these darker forces are starting, they want to take planet Earth and they want to move it now. It's like the end of this whole thing. If you've been following, when the darker forces came and invaded thousands of years ago, they've followed this cycle. They've used government, they used religion, they've used everything to manipulate us, to come up with all kinds of insanity things, of wars and separation. They made us believe that you and I were separate. They made us believe that we didn't have access to our stargates. They made us believe that we weren't, that we lived for, we were only supposed to be minimal amount of years, and poverty, and we had sickness, and that's not reality. That's because we've been dummied down to their true nature, and we've been kind of spliced up, and even our incarnation grids have been governed. And so we know that there's going to be a stop to that. So there's a huge movement to get those darker forces off the planet. And in doing so, there's been a huge process of people that have been, the extraterrestrials. There's many galactic families that are here, that are already connected with us, and they are transporting us, and they've been educating us, and they're preparing us for an event. And again, the event is to take the dark cabal out of the planet, off the planet. They said that this is one of the last planets that has to depart. They didn't say that. We know that. I know that from studying this stuff, that it's one of the last planets. they tell me that their work is eternal. But we are in this, I'm just going to be with this galaxy right now. In this galaxy, we are going to rid ourselves from the darker cabal. And there is a whole mission to do that. And in this whole mission, what takes place is that usually, like I said, people, they contact people from Earth that have sensitivities that can that have either have, well, many of us really have lifetimes on the ships already, but we just are, we recall that memory, we have a memory of that, we have a memory of that, and or they're taking us on the ships at night, and we have a memory of that, and or they're just taking us on ships at night, and they don't erase our memory. It's just we just know this, and we're proceeding with our mission. There's so many of us that have been ignited and called forth to do this, and this is average people. This is people that are in politics. These are people that are celebrities. These are people average. These are just whoever, all over the world. There's thousands of us that have been on this certain kind of radar. So anyway, so one thing that they are saying, that they have done this to many other planets, and what they do, and they're asking us, and this is what they say. And excuse me, it's a little dry here in Los Angeles. They have really sprayed some serious chemtrails. So I'm taking what I need to prepare for that, and I'm going to do a show on that too, because these beings have really prepared me for the chemtrails. Anyway, so the beings are telling us, because they've experienced this, they've done this before, they're already working with many of us. This is not, what I'm going to tell you is not going to be new to you, to some people. They are asking us, and this is coming from what is called the embassy, because there's an embassy. You have to, there's like an embassy. They all, just a simple example, there's all little star families, right? There's like the Orion Council of Light. I know I'm from I am one place from the Orion Council of Light. There's the Arcturians. There's there's a Sirius. We're connected to this all. There's Lemuria, which that is my major connection, is because we connect to Lemuria. I have a memory of Lemuria. I have my memory of Lemuria. That's why I'm so passionately involved in this and the archons that has invaded us. And I'm going to go deeply into that, because that truly hit home with me. And and I wrote a book about that, so I'm going to go further into that further on. And because I met an archon, I met a light being. The light beings came into my life, and they downloaded me with this massive amount of information. And I've continued to have a connection and able to talk to the archons, so I also know what's going on kind of like the darker side, really. So anyway, so getting back to how they're shifting us into, and I'm going to keep, it's just keep watching my channels, because I'll keep you clued into how this is all connected. So they are saying the light beings, the extraterrestrials, from all of them are saying to us, this is what they did when they announced to a planet that they were going to be arriving, and that they were going to be helping us with the removal of the dark cabal. And they said that they are here. They're totally aware of this. There's a whole huge organizations that are preparing us for this. And it's not just that it's not just this big thing, because it's not if you could, it's the dark cabal is the obstacle, because Earth is planned to ascend. Gaia Sophia is a plan to ascend, and the dark cabal knows this. So they are making it very hard for us right now, and it's coming down to the wire, very close. And they want to take Earth, and they want to transport it. They want to transport it out to Mars, and out to get they want to transport it out of where Earth wants to go. She wants to ascend, and they want to take her and all its gold and all its glory, and the machine people that we are turning into, because people can't get out of their television, they can't get out of depending on their government for their good instead of God. They want to make you like these little soldiers which they're doing already. I mean, they're already, if you've given your blood and you've given pap smear and you're somebody of significant, like you're a judge or you're a major celebrity, they may have cloned you and tried to make a duplication of you and put you somewhere to get whatever they need from you. Maybe a person, or maybe it's kind of going into a darker, deeper situation. But yes, or an influence. But let's just go later. An influence, like an influence on the planet. Maybe they want to influence you somehow. They want to give you messages of, believe in machine-like behavior and distance yourself from spirit, distance yourself from God, distance yourself from life force energy. And they use celebrities and they use, beautiful things to try to manipulate you in the opposite direction. And it's very sad, because it's just not the God essence. The beauty comes from the heart. Everything else follows, but it has to come from the heart. And these guys are trying to manipulate us. So I want to tell you a true story. I know I took a long way around, but if you're not familiar with the Illuminati, I give you a little brief history. Go back and follow the history. If you really want, if you are passionately, divinely connected to your left brain and you want answers, left, right, up, down, how did this happen, why is this a conspiracy, I still don't believe about 9/11 or Sandy Hook or this or that or the Boston marathon thing, and I don't watch any of the news. Watch the Free Your Mind conference of 2013, and like a man named Jim Fritz, I think is his name. He will explain, if your left brain, if you need details, he's going to explain to you details of how deeply we are dreadedly involved as the Satanistic ways that are running our government. And I tell you, if you ever vote, that's one thing the light beings tell me, tell your people, don't ever vote again. Don't ever vote. Don't vote. Don't vote is the message. Here's the other message that they're telling us. Before they come in, well, you never know what they're going to do, because who knows what Prime Creator is going to do. This is what they did to other planets that they have told me that they have done, is they have, all the planets had gotten together, the planets they're coming to connect to or get to another dimension or get rid of the dark cabal, which these people are masters at getting rid of the dark cabal. They're trained at this. They're trained masters at this. So they are... They said that they have a thing on Earth where they are asking us to do, like it's called the Cabal Awareness Day or Illuminati Awareness Day, or whatever we call it, the Awareness Day, whatever it would be. And I'm just giving the message. Isn't something I'm going to be doing, but I'm hoping that my message is received to the right person at the right time at the right place, and I know that it is. And because this is what they said this is what they did to introduce to other planets that they were coming, and they need us to do this because everybody's not aware yet. And the thing they do on the Cabal, or the Illuminati Awareness Day, is it's a soft silence. It's because they do not intrude. They are very clear on what they're doing. They say you do not participate whatsoever in any organization on your planet that has anything to do with the Illuminati. The Illuminati logo, the Illuminati name, the Illuminati sense, the Illuminati mentality, the Illuminati vibration. You cannot participate. It says, just don't participate. They said, don't even put up signs like, Illuminati Awareness Day, or we don't even need presentations. We don't even need anything but soft silence and non-participation. They say, don't. If you're banking at a bank that you believe that you found out, however you find out, that is an Illuminati-based bank that is controlled by the elite, and that is your bank. They say, do whatever you have to do that day to take your money out before that day, whatever day the planet picks, and take your money out that day and don't participate that one day. If you go to, like you say, go to a coffee place and you find out that logo, somehow you believe that logo is represented of the Illuminati, then you don't go drink coffee there one day. And then also, if you are you're going to go to a gas station and you find that the gas station has a symbol that represents the Illuminati, you don't go to that for one day. If you if you have if you are a judge, this is what they also said. They said that this gives them a chance to understand who's very serious on the planet about not having Illuminati representation, because some people are wired and clued in, geared in, manipulated in so deeply. And then if you do have, if there is an area of the planet they feel like is dominated, where they are not aware of the Illuminati awareness, then this is gonna alert them in the galactic field, and then they're all going to be watching this. They're all going to be watching us. They've done this to other planets, is what they've said, and it's also going to be a day of that they will be listening to you on purpose. Your telepathic centers will be very, very high, and they'll be able to hear you. So they want to make sure that they know they want to make sure that we know that they're going to hear us. So again, like I was going to say, if you're a judge and you're committed to the dark Satanistic rituals by putting on your black robe, which is a dark Satanistic ritual, and you go to the courthouse, which is usually underneath a vortex, which is connected to the darker vortexes, which is connected to the darker beings. Usually there's like, the queen or somebody's there that is one of the darkest leaders that's connected to the darker forces, and it's all sucked out of the vortexes here, and usually churches are on them. So they say, like, if you feel like they say that they want to know, they want an awareness day, they want an awareness. Who knows what's on the grid, like if you know that the church is on a grid, or the bank is on a grid, or the Washington House building is on a grid, or whatever, to stop, to not participate, or to however it feels true to you. It's kind of a personal thing. They said they just wanted to make people aware, however depth. It wasn't to bring on guilt. It wasn't to put posters up. It wasn't to do anything. It wasn't even to just mumble in the streets about it. It was a soft, silent, telepathic awareness, a stance, a power. I'm not participating. I'm not fighting it today, but I'm not participating. And this is the message that I want to send, because if I don't participate, I have not fighting, I have an opening to light. So because I've pushed out the opposing, and the dark cabal need you to oppose them. So it's just an awareness. That's all. And they said a lot of times before they go to planets, sometimes they ask us to do this a couple times, but they do like us to do this one time, because they like to see where we're at, see who's aware of this, see who's willing to participate, because they said also that there's a lot of our people that are coming out. This is one thing that I loved, that because it clarified things for me. They said a lot of things that were coming out that that a lot of people were doing, like internet stuff that was just controlled, and it was just not even. A lot of times, if you get a lot of publicity around a person, or whatever, it's usually kind of controlled, and that the way that the true beings were going to connect with us was going to be more telepathic. It was not going to be like something that you had to watch, because they said our telepathy is very, very powerful. Like right now, they said that our star people and people that have been ignited and people that are on this path they see the signals, and they are not afraid right now. They're not afraid, but they've never been afraid, but they're not cautious. They're really seeing our light, and they're very proceeding with their mission. They're very much proceeding forward with their mission, because they've gotten permission, because they're not invasive. They won't do that. So but they are answering a call to us that they got out. There was some shifts after 2012. We sent out strong shifts, see, because our hearts, some people rule, there's people on that are light workers on the planet that are able to push out their heart energy strong enough, and the heart energy is the signal that the ETs hear. And a lot of people, some like Buddhists, some people that constantly are doing that, sit on the vortexes, they'd say they hear that, they connect with that. So they have been getting a lot more of that, and so they are answering a call, but they will not invade. But they've gotten a change from Prime Creator, because Prime Creator did send out a call to change, because it is the change of ship, it's the change of times. But because the extra, some of the ETs, the angel beings, have a and they have a connection to us. Like, if I don't care what I don't care what you believe in. You can believe in Christianity. Well, yeah, everything's all divinely connected, and I love to believe in and the angels that is connecting to us to protect us, to make us make the shift to our divine Christ consciousness. And there's protection for people that are following the light to do that. There's, it's not just protection, because it's not like right or wrong, or you get this and I don't get this. It's more, when you raise your vibration, you resonate with more of an angelic vibration, and you just the darker energies just kind of goes away. I'm getting a little bit tired. They do talk about China a little bit, and they talk about they wanted to give us this event a little bit faster, but they said that China was going to, they had this technology, because there is the Illuminati in China too. There's not just like this America thing. That's why they said this message that we put out to the planet about the Illuminati Awareness Day. Whoever, I really do hope that somebody grabs that. I'm a messenger. I transpose what they're giving me, because I've been taken, and they told me that I'm on the embassy, and I'm to transpose what they're doing and what we're doing on planet Earth. And so I'm really hoping that somebody will build a day on the planet Earth that is Illuminati Awareness Day, a soft silence Illuminati Awareness Day. And I've explained I've explained to you what that is, and I'm sure that if you are a light worker, if you are connected, you're able to channel the same radar that I am and get the same information. It is a soft silence. I want to be very clear what they're going to tell you. If it's the same channel that I have, they're going to tell you exactly what I'm hearing, and I'm hoping that we do pursue this. This is going to be a nationwide thing. So anyway, a worldwide thing. Excuse me. So anyway, and they do talk about China. They do talk about. They have oftentimes shown me, the flag of the United States being taken, and I think it's the blue taken out and the yellow brought in, which I'm not sure, but they've shown me this for a long time, that the stripes are going to change, and it was going to be temporary. And I had, I was worried about China, not just, this is one thing that they said, because there's beautiful light workers in China. We know this. There's light workers everywhere. So they had just said that they had there was an event planned, and China has similar technology to this, and they didn't want to confuse us, because they're able to make holograms, and they wanted to make sure that when they came here and when this event happened, that what was represented to us, which they many times talk about America, certain parts of America, once the leaders are taken away and the darker forces, or whoever the darker forces prove to be, are taken into the abyss, that America will be the new like Atlantis. So they talk about just making sure that we are all prepared for this. So and that boy, gosh, I think I said everything. I think that threw me out of there. Well, there's nothing's just done. Anyway, gosh, I would love to talk to you about more things. Oh, well, I will. Please please stay connected with me, as they are talking to me about a lot of different things. I see beautiful light. I see a beautiful connection. I see more and more of us getting more messages, and and I'm happy that there's going to be a big shift going on. They did talk about. I told you they wanted to, just to recap. They're trying to take us out of our territory, and the light now is going to keep us in, and that's why it's getting like to the end. It's the end of the process. So it's the end of the light and dark thing that's going on for many years, and that's how they're describing it, and that's what I have for you today. And I'm really happy you're here with me on this journey. Thanks.